Hello fellow makeup lovers, how are you guys doing today? I am so beyond excited for this video because I'm going to be playing with the new Ofra x Samantha March collection. I have been just eagerly waiting for this collection to be revealed and then eagerly waiting for it to arrive at my doorstep. I was sent this as PR, just to let you know right off the bat, and I am friends with Samantha, so of course I have some level of bias. I will of course be honest if I have any constructive criticism, but I'm friends with Sam, just to let you know right off the bat, and I am just so happy for her because I feel like she's such a role model and she's so good. She makes me so happy to see her succeed. So the collection, actually, the PR box looks like a book, which is adorable. You can see there's like the little pages, and then you've got her name on the spine of the book, and that is because Samantha March is not only a YouTuber, she is also an author. We're gonna go ahead and test this out. There is a blush, a bronzer, and a highlighter duo, and the highlighter is actually from the original collab that Samantha did with Ofra. So there is Pillow Talk and Star Island in there, which I absolutely love. Ofra's highlighters. I have the original one here, the March Beauty Word one, which is what it used to be called. Now it's called Start Inspired. So here's what mine looks like. I'm actually going to give the one I got in PR to my mom because she is getting more and more into highlighter. I'm so proud. I'm the proud mama now. I do have a full video on like swatches of all of my Ofra highlighters, and I did face swatches as well in case you want to see this compared to other ones that they have. Anyways, I'm sorry, I'm talking so much. I feel like I'm kind of jumping around, but here's what the inside looks like. So you can see the products. There's also a lip duo, which has a liquid lipstick and a pearlescent lip gloss. So I feel like I think this collection seems, from what I can tell, pretty well coordinated because I feel like anyone could wear the lip duos. The lipstick is definitely not a super light nude, and then the lip gloss you could use as a topper. I feel like the highlighter is definitely best for fair skin tones. It is very pale, and it can get icy real fast if you do not have fair skin. I feel like the bronzer, from what I've seen so far, looks like it's good for medium skin tones, and then the blush looks pretty universal. Again, I've watched a few videos. I've just been like, you know, doing the thing, watching lots of YouTube. So here is what the bronzer looks like, and it is the shade River. I'm super nervous about it because it looks quite deep for me. I am going to try it as eyeshadow today because Samantha mentioned she uses these as eyeshadow sometimes, so I thought I'd throw the matte shade in my crease and do a quick little look using the face products on the eyes as well. So there's a shimmer side and then a matte side. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and start swatching. Here is the more satiny side. Pretty warm, but it doesn't look orangey. And then here is the matte side. So there's satin, there's matte, and then I guess I'll just go ahead and do one swatch of them together because I'm sure some people will be doing that as well. So yeah, it looks a little bit dark for me, but I'm going to go in with a really light hand and just see what I can do. And then I think what I'm most excited about is the blush in the shade Chiclet, which is named after her blog. I've never tried a blush. Well, actually, you know what? I've never tried a single blush from Ofra before. I've tried some in their palettes, but this looks really pretty. This shade looks kind of like a mauvey, satiny tone, and then this one is almost like more of a matte, kind of like peachy pink. Okay, so here is the satiny side, which actually, again, looks like a pretty deep blush. I can probably go in with a really light hand, and then the matte blush is a lot lighter. So there's what they look like separately. And then I'm just going to go ahead and do a quick little swatch of them together. I mean, it kind of, look how ugly I just made it. Good job. But just to show you, because a lot of people I'm sure will mix them together, there's the shade that it ends up being, which is pretty. There's the little Start Inspired you can see there. This one is brand new. Super beautiful. My camera doesn't want to focus. Whatever. So there's Start Inspired. And then, I mean, I'll just compare it to the original that I have. They're not centered the same. So here's the original March Beauty Word highlighter, and here is Start Inspired. So you can see immediately whether you have the original or the new one. Not that it really matters because they're the exact same shades. Here is Pillow Talk, the pink. It's kind of harder to get a swatch of these because of the way that they're laid out, but if you use a small highlighter brush, it's no problem. And there's Star Island, which Pillow Talk is like my all-time favorite highlighter ever. So I'm so excited that it's in here. And then there's the two shades mixed together. It's one of my favorite like little compacts for travel, because if you're doing like a cool tone look, you can use the pink. If you're doing a warm tone look, you can use the gold, or if you don't really care, you can mix them together. I use it as an inner corner highlight, which is what I'm gonna do today. All right, so I actually do have a little bit of constructive criticism here, and this would be for future Ofra collaborations. Please do something different on the packaging. I'm gonna show you why. I'm gonna show you why. If you're obsessed with Ofra, you'll know. The struggle is real, you guys. They all look the exact same on the outside, and I have to look on the back every single time I pull one out. It's probably not a problem that normal people have, but I just thought I would mention it because I love them. All right, so let's go ahead and swatch the Lippies, which first we have the shade Millie, which is named after Samantha's grandmother. She loved pearls, and this being a pearlescent shade, it felt perfect. I'm not even that emotional of a person a lot of the times, but I was watching her live and I was tearing up. So it was really sweet hearing the story behind this one. So there's what it looks like. It kind of reminds me of Fenty Diamond Milk. So I'm going to try it on my lips alone just for you guys to see and just, you know, see what it looks like for reference. But I'm sure that I will only be using this as a topper because I don't really like using like white sparkly shades all over my lips by themselves. It's just not my personal preference, but I think it'll be a pretty topper. And then we have the liquid lipstick in the shade Story, which is a really beautiful kind of deeper mauve tone. I do like the Ofra liquid lipstick formula. It's not my absolute favorite because it doesn't completely dry down. That's a pretty shade. Actually, you know what? That kind of reminds me of my favorite shade from Dose of Colors. I wasn't planning on doing this, but I just have to do a quick little swatch comparison. I have this shade right here called Mondays from Dose of Colors, and it's my favorite liquid lipstick shade of theirs. It's definitely getting a little bit older, so it looks kind of funky, but oh man. Ooh, look at that. Oh, they're almost spot on. Mondays might be just a tiny bit more red, just like a smidgen. I'm really gonna like the shade Story. That's like one of my favorite all-time liquid lipsticks. Even more excited about it now. All right, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and start off and do some bronzer. So I'm gonna go into, goodness gracious, I'm doing it right now. I'm gonna go into the bronzer duo in the shade River. And I think just for the heck of it, I'm kind of just gonna dip into both sides and see how it goes. I'm gonna use my Alamar Cosmetics complexion brush just because I feel like this one's a little bit more fluffy. And oh my gosh, looks very orange on there. Okay, I'm a little bit nervous, but I feel like this brush blends things pretty well, so okay. So you know what? On first impact, it almost looks more like a blush to me. Like if you have a fair skin and you like kind of like a more neutral, warm blush, maybe that's what I'll use it for, because I feel like it's pretty warm for me to use as like a bronzer because I just don't bronze warm. I saw Karen Harris use this and she absolutely loved it, and she's much darker than me. I mean, she's still more of like a, oh gosh, more of like a deeper tan skin tone. Okay, I think, yeah, like I said, next time I'm gonna try and use that as blush just because I'm pale. I'm super pale. There's no denying it. All right, so I already went ahead and primed my eyes with just a little bit of concealer today, and I'm gonna go ahead and take the matte side on a fluffy blending brush, and I'm gonna throw that right into my crease. I'm also going to go ahead and take that on a pencil brush and just smudge it along my lower lash line. I'm just going to grab a touch more of that shade on a smaller, denser blending brush and just pop it on my outer V for a little extra definition. All right, really quickly for my lid, I'm just going to go ahead and take one of the Kristen Lee Cosmetics Glimmer Gels in the shade Anticipation, which is a really beautiful duochrome. Just to show you what it looks like up close. I don't know if you're going to be able to see the shifts going on in there. Just taking a little tiny bit of that on my finger. Just gonna tap it all over the lid. I'm gonna actually let it dry down for just a moment. I'm just gonna go ahead and take a second layer on a brush just to do it a little bit more concentrated. Alright, now for my inner corner, I'm going to go into Start Inspired, and I'm going to take the gold shade on my little pencil brush. And by little, I mean like the biggest pencil brush I own. And I'm going to pop that on my inner corner. Go ahead and pop the Appeal Gel Liner in the shade Deep Taupe in my waterline, throw on some mascara, and I'll be right back. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and go into the blush duo in the shade Chiclet. I so regret how I swatched that because it looks very interesting right now. I think I'm going to mix the two. Just see what it looks like. It looks very, very pigmented. Okay, there we go. If you swatch them together and then you pick up the first layer with a brush, it goes back to looking normal. Just going to tap off the excess. Yeah, see. Oh gosh, very pigmented. So if you are someone who picked this up and you have fair skin, it's definitely one of those blushes I would recommend picking up the product, tapping off the excess, and then going into your hand like this, getting like the first little layer off the brush, and then going in with it. And it's also going to last you forever. That's a lot of blush. It's fine. It's fine. Alright, so now I'm going to go into the highlighter, and I'm going to just mix both shades together. I'm also going to use a pretty soft brush. This is the Morphe Y14, and it's a little bit more flimsy. It's not super, super dense. I dropped it. I just prefer more fluffy brushes with Ofra highlighters rather than like the Sigma high cheekbone highlighter F03. This is great for a more dense formula because you can really get it packed on where you want it to go, but I feel like this with the Ofra formula is like just too intense for what I personally want to go for. So like I said, I'm just going to go ahead, mix both shades together, and then just tap that on top of my cheekbones. Alright, so now jumping into the Lippies. Alright, so first I'm going to go ahead and try Millie on its own. I don't know if I just have too pigmented lips or what, but like I said, I just don't go for colors like this on its own. I think it'll probably be really beautiful topped over something else, but I don't know, I'm just not a metallic lip kind of person. The formula feels comfortable. I can feel just a tiny, tiny little bit of graininess from the sparkles, but it's only if I really rub my lips together. It's not like anything bad. I've definitely tried grainier lip glosses. I don't mean to laugh, it's just personal preference, of course. So it does definitely leave some glitter residue on the lips, but now I'm going to go ahead and try on Story. I feel like I'm the worst at applying liquid lipsticks, but I really, really like this color. I think it's absolutely beautiful. Like I said, it's very, very similar to one of my all-time favorites. For me, this is more of like a fall nude. Like this is a very everyday fall lip to me. So I don't know how much, I have like a hair stuck in there. I don't know how much I'll be reaching for this during spring or summer, but for fall, I really, really like it. And I don't know if I mentioned it yet or not, but all of these items are permanent to Ofra's line, so don't feel pressured to buy them now, you know, especially like with everything happening, the craziness. I know a lot of people are shopping way, way less, you know, obviously because of all the uncertainty. I did want to go ahead and just for the sake of the video, try Millie on top of the liquid lipstick just for the heck of it and see, you know, the glossy finish it gives and, you know, just how it works as a topper. And just having that on the center. I have like the worst lip lines ever right now, but you can see as a topper, it looks so beautiful. Like it just looks so glossy. It just catches the light stunningly. It doesn't look like this crazy metallic lip. That's definitely how I'll be using it. Pro tip though, you don't want to put that back in the jar. So I'm going to go ahead and use the wipe that I was using before and just wipe that off. Alright, really quickly, I'm just going to sum up my thoughts on the products that I tried today. First off, the bronzer duo. I would say I like it. It's definitely not going to be a favorite just because I'm a little bit too fair for this as a bronzer. Like I said, I'm going to try it as a blush. And then as far as the blush duo goes, I mean, I do think it's really pretty. It's a very, very intense blushing look. So I'm going to be more careful with it in the future. But I do think, you know, it's definitely an interesting blush duo. I feel like between the two shades, you do have quite a variance. And I think that they look beautiful together as well. I see myself using this a lot, just with a very, very light hand. And then the highlighter, I already know, is one of my favorites. I absolutely love this. It has two of my favorite highlighters in there already. So again, if you have really fair skin, this is a highlighter I would recommend. I think it is really, really beautiful. And then as far as the Lippies go, Millie on its own, I will not use by itself, but I think it is a beautiful topper. Like I'm even more impressed than I thought I would be with how beautiful it is as a topper. And then the shade of Story, like I said, super, super in love with the color of this. It might even be a little bit more matte, what am I saying? Might be a little bit more natural than Monday's because this one's just a little bit deeper, more red toned, but super excited about how similar they are. Alright, so that's all my thoughts. I just want to say another huge congratulations to Sam. The collection is beautiful, and thank you so much for sending this to me in PR. I'm excited to be able to play with things early, and I originally thought my favorite product of the new ones was going to be the Chiclet blush, but I feel like the Story liquid lipstick really got me by surprise. Alright, I'm feeling the urge to start blabbering coming on, so I'm gonna let you guys go. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.